All right, if you need to manifest money right now, watch this video till the end. This is going to be part 3 in my law of attraction videos by request. Sorry, I'm getting bit by mosquitoes out here. All right, so this is going to be a follow-up from the last 2 videos. So if you didn't see my last 2 law of attraction videos, make sure you click the links in the description of this video and watch those 2 first, because they are like prerequisites for what I'm about to teach you in this video. One of the biggest kept secrets of the human race and about the human body and how it works is this little mechanism right in the middle of your brain called the pineal gland, also known as your third eye. This is the mechanism in which consciousness is able to incarnate into the human body. And there is absolutely no knowledge of this taught in the public education system. They didn't teach this in biology. They didn't teach this in science. They didn't teach this in physics. None of the public education is talking about this. Now, this little mechanism in the middle of your brain, it can do very, very superhuman kind of things, or supernatural kind of things. It has functions inside of it. When activated, can do things that a lot of people may or may not even believe are possible. Think about it like it's like a portal for your consciousness to travel into other dimensions. In fact, every single night when you go to sleep, your pineal gland is theorized to produce what's called DMT. It stands for dimethyltryptamine, which is the most powerful hallucinogenic or psychedelic substance that we know of. In fact, dimethyltryptamine is found in all these plants. It's found in all the animals. It's found in reptiles, mammals, fish, even all these blades of grass down here. They all contain DMT. It's everywhere. It's like a fundamental construct of all life. In the 1990s, a doctor named Rick Strassman was allowed to legally inject volunteers with DMT. And I say legally, he had to get permission because DMT is considered a Schedule 1 drug. They don't want anyone learning about this stuff. It's a Schedule 1 with no medical use is what the authorities call it. But this stuff sends you into other dimensions, and it opens your pineal gland. When Rick Strassman was injecting these volunteers with DMT, almost all of them reported blasting off, going into other dimensions, meeting aliens and extra-dimensional beings. Some of them reported meeting God. Many of them had very enlightening experiences. Some of them had terrifying experiences. But Dr. Rick Strassman's research was proof that people are going into other dimensions when they take this stuff and coming into contact with other beings, multidimensional beings. Now, what does this have to do with the law of attraction? Your pineal gland has another function as well. Not only does it allow you to go multidimensional and acquire knowledge and data, but it allows you to have energy releases. Let me explain this. When I went to a meditation workshop that was organized by Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is the author of 3 books and has spent the last 20 years traveling the world teaching people how to meditate and open their pineal gland, which is also known as the third eye, which is also known as the seat of the soul, which is also known as the all-seeing eye. Some of you might see it on the top of the pyramid on the back of the dollar. This is all symbolic for the all-seeing eye. It's for knowledge. It's for true wisdom of how this universe works, about the dimensions. In Dr. Joe Dispenza's workshops, he was teaching people how to move energy from your body, from your root chakra, which is your sexual chakra, up to your pineal gland, which is also known as your crown chakra, or the third eye. When people do this, and I did this once, it took me about 2 weeks of practice to finally make it work. When people do this and that energy hits your pineal gland, usually what happens the first time is people have an energy release. So it's almost like some kind of backdoor mechanism inside the body to release negative energies. And that's what I saw happen to people in this workshop. When people have these energy releases, it usually causes the physical body to react in heightened emotional states, either extensive amounts of crying or laughing. Now, when I did this, it took me about 2 weeks of practice, and the whole experience of having these energies released for me took about 45 minutes. So I must have had all kinds of stuff trapped in my body. When you are going through life and you experience traumatic events, or you experience hardships, or you experience things that create a very high emotional spike. If you were to look at your graph of your state of emotions throughout the day, sometimes something very, very tragic or very, very traumatic happens, and then it causes a big emotion. Well, those emotions and those memories get trapped in your body, and then they change the vibration in which your body resonates. And they can be holding you back from vibrating at your highest potential frequency. Because remember, in the law of attraction, you need to vibrate at a high frequency in order for this to work. But a lot of people, the reason it doesn't work is because they have all these negative emotions and energies trapped in their body from past experiences that they have not yet released. So when you do this meditation technique, it releases all those energies, and you can immediately start vibrating at a higher frequency and then make the law of attraction work better.
Just the way sound creates visible waves as it travels through a droplet of water, our belief waves ripple through the quantum fabric of the universe to become our bodies and the healing, abundance, and inner peace or disease, lack, and suffering that we experience in life. And just the way we can tune a sound to change its patterns, we can tune our beliefs to preserve or destroy all that we cherish, including life itself. Greg Braden.
So that's what Dr. Joe Dispenza was teaching people how to do. And I've been to 3 of his workshops, and he breaks down the entire science behind what's really happening with the meditations and the pineal gland and using the law of attraction. Not only that, he hooks up brain scanners and monitors to measure the different brain frequencies that you go through during meditation. Remember in the last video, I talked about the different brain frequencies, alpha, beta, delta, etc. Well, he measures those with measuring devices. They also have devices that read your energy field, like your overall aura, and they can read the energy of each chakra, and they print out the results of different people's readings. So what he's doing is he's demystifying what's really happening in states of meditation. He's demystifying what's really happening when people open their pineal glands.
95% of who we are by the time we're 35 years old is a memorized set of behaviors, emotional reactions, unconscious habits, hardwired attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions that function like a computer program. Dr. Joe Dispenza.
So once you change your vibration and you begin to vibrate at that higher frequency, then the whole process of manifesting becomes much more efficient. Things happen much quicker. And there's been a lot of studies on this done by the Central Intelligence Agency and these government agencies, but they don't tell the people about it. I mean, they were studying this stuff back in like the 1940s, the 1950s, the 1960s, and because of this thing called the Freedom of Information Act, now we're able to obtain all of those documents from these studies that the CIA did, where they were studying the pineal gland. They were studying what's called remote viewing, where you use your third eye to view events that are happening in other in the past and in the future, and also in different places on the world and on different planets. It's called remote viewing, and the CIA and the governments, they've been all over this for decades and decades, but they don't tell the public about it. They don't include it in the education system because they don't want people understanding this knowledge. Because again, all this stuff that I'm talking about, the law of attraction, how our thoughts create reality, how our vibrations are creating reality, how consciousness is creating reality, how to open your pineal gland and go into other dimensions. The controllers of this planet don't want you opening your pineal gland and going into another dimension, because when you do that, you're going to start acquiring knowledge and data from other entities and other intelligent sources that might not be according to their agenda. And we all know what the controller's agenda is to keep people suppressed, to suppress the evolution of human consciousness. That's why in biology class, in public school, they don't teach anything about this. They don't teach anything about the law of attraction, the law of vibration. They don't teach anything about the pineal gland. But this knowledge dates back all the way to ancient Egypt. If you look at the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, they have hieroglyphs that represent the pineal gland. If you learn about Atlantis and Greek mythology, if you study Hermes Trismegistus, the occult teachings of Hermes, which is where Freemasonry came from. There's a lot of references in his teachings about the pineal gland, about the holographic universe, about the dimensions. I mean, it's all in there, but it's just been very, very secret. It's been very, very hidden from the masses because they don't want the masses to wake up. There are lots of whistleblowers you can now follow on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, who claim that they worked for the CIA and they were part of these remote viewing projects where they were studying all this stuff. And again, it's all in the Freedom of Information Act. If you look that up on Google, look up the Freedom of Information Act, and you can find all the leaked out documents of everything from the dimensions to aliens, UFOs, the anti-gravity technology, the portals, and all the crazy stuff that's been hidden. It's a crazy world we live in. There's a lot of very, very crazy stuff that's been hidden about the brain, about consciousness, about how reality is created. All right, guys, that's it for this video. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit the notification button so that you get notified every time I make a new video. Hit the subscribe button, give me a like, leave a comment, let the YouTube algorithms know that you want to see more of this content. And the more that we share it, the faster we can break this paradigm that's been created by the central bankers and the controllers.